just a little bit about your philosophy with the linebackers and the balance that comes between rushing the passer and covering, driving into coverage, and then also stopping the run?
Well, we're going to stop the run first and foremost, and it'll come to tackling. If a guy can't tackle, he won't play. You know, it all comes down to tackling in a football game defensively, and they've got to be great tacklers. Not good, they got to be great tacklers. It's an occupational hazard, and we're going to practice it, and we're going to do it every day. I believe in having linebackers that are fast, with size, and that like football. I like guys that like to practice, that are downhill players. You know, I want them attacking the run, but trusting what they see in order to defend the pass. You know, blitzes are good if they work, you know, and if a guy can blitz and make plays, we'll send him. If he can't, he won't blitz. But it's a group that has to perform at a very aggressive and a very, very productive way. It has to. You know, it's the core of the defense. It's in the middle. It has to do well. That position has to succeed, and that'll be the standard.
Who's the best tackler you've worked with?
Who's the best tackler? That's a good question. That I've coached ever?
That you've coached, yeah.
Quentin Cotton. Kid I had at East Carolina. The guy did. I don't know how he did it. He could tackle.
What was he at the start when he first came into the program, and how did you develop him?
Tried to run him out of there. Believe it or not. He was just a young kid that didn't know, but he turned into a great player, and if his knee wouldn't have got blown out at the Tulane game, he'd still be playing. But he had, some guys just can do it. You know, they can bend, they don't get juked. You know, some guys learn how to do it. But for the most part, you know, you're either a Jedi Knight or you're not. You know what I mean? You got to have a feel to do it, you know, in tackling. And the speed at this level, and expect, you know, we should be good tacklers because of the speed we're going to see every day in practice. You know, I think our guys got good at East Carolina at tackling because we had to chase Chris Johnson around. You know, that'll help.
What was the first thing you thought when you saw Brad in person?
Nice kid, you know, looked good, was taller than me. You know, that's what I liked. You know what I liked? I liked that they came to find me. That's what I liked. You know, I didn't have to hunt out, you know, one of the guys. They were anxious to see, you know, who's going to coach them, and you know, I liked it. You know, he walked right in, sat down, introduced himself, and asked for help. You know, wanted to do well.
When we all talk about scheme and stuff. When you come to a new program, not specifically this job, when you go to a new program, are there changes technique-wise from coach to coach?
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's technique changes, there's philosophical changes, there's key changes, you know, as far as their eyes, what they do, you know, and there'll be some adjustments. And watching game film from last year and just doing a personnel evaluation, you know, you try to gauge on where their eyes were and what they're looking at. You know, I gauge the keys that we do defensively off of what I learned on offense, you know, so try to feel like we have a little bit advantage of where the play's going to go, and teach them how to use their eyes and, you know, get there sooner. You know, which will, if you're a kid of great talent and you understand the game and trust your keys, you know, you can make a lot of plays. You can tackle.
Stoops talked a lot about being multiple on defense.
Right.
Were you multiple on defense?
Yes, have to be. Example would be Arkansas game. You know, they were 0 for 13 on third down. We ran 11 coverages. You know, and then throughout the year, probably ran, I don't know, in the last 9 games of the year, if we ran the same third down coverage in a row. We went over 50, I think, at one point where we hadn't called the same coverage in a row on third down. You have to be multiple because offenses are multiple, and you have to have adjustments to what you do as a base defense, and that's what I like about, you know, Mark's package. You know, I like that, and it's good that, you know, we can adjust and we can be multiple, but we can also be very, very fundamentally sound, where you're only teaching, you know, a few things, you know, to each guy. But if two guys are doing one and one guy's doing another, that makes you multiple. You know, you don't have to change 9 guys. You only have to change 1 or 2 to be a multiple defense. It's perception versus fact is what it is. You know, we try to lie as much as we can on defense and then still stay within the scheme of your base defense.
How important are these 15 days of spring practice going to be for the defensive side of the ball, getting the new coaches and teaching them what they want?
You know, they're important. They're not the end of the world of importance. This will be, you know, the spoon feeding first time they get it, and anxiety and, you know, excitement is going to, you know, get the best of them the first couple days, and the kids will, you know, eventually it'll settle down for them. But it's good that we get to teach the defense to them. You know, it's a key word now, is teach. You know, we're teachers. You know, you got to be able to teach these players in that classroom, you know, when you're meeting with them, because it's not what you know, it's what they know, and we're going to be very guarded of that fact. It'll give these guys finally some evidence, you know, that this is a good package. It's a good defense for them to play in. It is player friendly, because if you can run, you can make plays in this defense. It's sort of big men running, little men hitting, you know, the big dudes up front. It's a defense of attrition, as I'm learning it, of taking away, you know, what the offense is doing. But these kids are going to learn fundamentals. You know, Coach Stoops and I believe it are going to learn fundamentals